What's up, Nerf Herders? Hope you're all doing well out there and having a great day. So, Mortal Kombat, the reboot, the new one, the one we've all been waiting for. We're going to talk about this here, and full disclaimer, this will be full spoilers across the board. The movie's been out almost a week now, so I'm hoping the majority of you have seen this, and if not, maybe you saved yourself a little bit of pain here too. But we're going to break the movie down with the good, the bad, and the ugly, because this is a perfect example of kind of hitting all three of those wrapped up in one big conglomerate here. And there's not a whole lot to talk about with the plot of this film, because the original Mortal Kombat game surrounds the tournament. This is pre-tournament. Shang Tsung wants to come in and try to stop Earth's fighters before the tournament even happens and kind of cheat his way through, which we're used to Shang Tsung doing. And that's really the whole plot. That's the whole movie, and we just get Mortal Kombat characters in here. So let's start off with what we felt was good, and we'll just fire back and forth and just spitball, because there's no better way to do this.
It'll take like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So good. I loved the action scenes in this movie. I think they lived up to the hype as far as the choreography for the fight sequences. I thought they were very well done. The first 15 to 20 minutes of this movie was probably my favorite part. That's where you get, kind of the old school battle between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, or Bihan and Hanzo Hasashi, I think was his name. Back like in the 1600s. So it sets up the rivalry between Scorpion and Sub-Zero, back hundreds of years ago. And I thought that was just so well done. It was really cool, really fun. Got you that old school, samurai warrior vibe, which was really neat. And I just love that. So, I think overall the effects, the blood, the gore, the combat part of Mortal Kombat definitely lived up to, what we were expecting.
Yeah, gore was there. I wish there would have been a little bit more on the gore. There was a couple spots where I felt like they went there, and my favorite spot of the whole movie was the Kung Lao scene. Kung Lao, to me, won the day with his fatality, because it was super gory. It was straight out of the video game, and after that scene happened, I was just like, why are we not getting more gore like that? They did good with some of the other stuff, but man, when that hat starts spinning and he took Natara right through that, dude, just boom, and he just gets up, and it's just so cheesy, but it's just flawless victory. It
was so
that
cool,
was the best part of the movie.
So cool. It was like you're dissecting the cat in fucking science class, dude.
Right, dude, exactly. And it looked good.
It was so neat. It did look good. The only reason I don't think they went harder on the gore is because they wanted to keep it at that hard R rating. And I wonder how much further they would have had to gone to get that NC-17, I guess if possible. Or
hey, dude,
HBO Go.
The Evil Dead remake kept it R.
That's true. I don't know what was behind the scenes with that, but definitely the fight scenes I thought lived up to it. I thought it was really neat that in some of the later fight scenes, they actually incorporated some of the levels from Mortal Kombat. So when Jax has his, fight scene where he does the fatality on that one dude, Raiko, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, Raiko.
That was on like that bridge, which I think was in one of the like Mortal Kombat 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's from
with
2.
the from 2, and that was really cool. I was like, okay, cool. You're paying tribute to the game with that. That was very noticeable. I remember that as a kid playing that scene. So those were some of the cool things. And then as far as like characters go, I'm gonna have to say Kano and Cabal were like, they stole the show. They stole everything about it in terms of character development, and me really being attached to two people. It was them.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Kano was perfect. When Kano kind of takes his heel turn, I lost a little bit more interest in him, because I felt like they sidelined him a little bit at that point. Everything that he was doing leading up to the heel turn that he took, I thought was absolute genius. His snarky comments. The one part, dude, I was kind of like internally chuckling, but the one part that I kind of like, it got me, dude, is when Kung Lao puts his hand on his shoulder and he's like, what the fuck? Like, kind of like that quick, just like reaction to it, because it felt so natural. Like, that's how somebody would react in that situation, So I loved that. Yeah, he's great, dude, which was awesome, because the dude that played Kano in the first Mortal Kombat, they literally based every version of Kano in the games off of that guy, because he just crushed it. So to bring someone in who could own that role and give us a little bit of a different spin, but still be a good Kano, I thought was really nice. Cabal, I agree as well. I wish he would have spoken less. I liked him I would have liked him more as just like the silent assassin. All of his sequences I thought were dope. I would have just done with less talking from him.
Sure, sure.
Outside of that, there though, dude, I can't think of any other good as far as characters, and I can't think of any other good that I really can say that I liked in the movie. It was cool to see some special moves and stuff like that, but there's a lot of bad to break down in this here that was so disappointing. So I'll let you start off with some of the bad here.
Yeah, I mean, let me just go real quick back to some of the good. I just want to end it on a note for me is that I did really like Shang Tsung. As much as we didn't get a lot of him, I did really like his character. I loved his costume design. I loved when he took Kung Lao's soul. Thought that was really fucking cool. Just like how they did that scene. I thought it was really neat. I wish I would have gotten more of Shang Tsung because I mean he's such a big part of it, and they just didn't give us as much as I wanted. So that was kind of a bummer. But that's the end of the good. that's literally it out of it all.
I'm about to shred this movie with you because I've got a good chunk.
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with the acting. I thought the acting was fucking shit, dude. I thought, you had this movie in development for so long, and you're getting these actors, prepared for these roles, and you couldn't do any better. You know what I mean? Like, how did you have the main character, the guy who played Cole Young, be the most boring fucking dude in the world?
Yeah.
And terrible. I mean, he acted like he was in a porno. Like, his acting was just terrible.
Yeah.
And it just didn't really make any, connection for me with him. And when he does things that are heroic, I don't really care. And it takes me out of the movie because, all of the relationships suffered because the acting was so poor. You want to see a strong relationship between Sonia Blade and Jax. Not there. You want to see a strong relationship between Kung Lao and Liu Kang. It's not there.
No.
So that's what really killed it the most was a lot of the acting and lack of character development. And I think it all just comes back to that they made probably some poor casting decisions and maybe they just rushed it. I mean, it felt very rushed with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. And I would say my secondary character next to Kano, I thought Jax was good enough for what he did. If there was anyone I would pick for next, it'd be Jax, and then everyone else just falls by the wayside. Sonya was weak. Liu Kang was so weak in this movie. I thought the actor they picked for him really could have taken this somewhere, and I don't blame him. I just blame the writing for it. And there's one moment with Liu Kang, dude, that just... All right, I'm going to start shredding now. They see Jax, and they're like, oh, wow, you went and recovered Jax, because we all thought Jax was dead from Sub-Zero. We know he's not, but Liu Kang goes finds him, and that's when Liu Kang tells them, like, yes, I've been searching for everybody who's got the dragon logo so we could build our team. It's like, hang on a second, dude. So you've been out here searching for these people. Sonya and Jax, who have no knowledge of this outside of kind of like piecing together the puzzle pieces, found Cole and got Cole with them before you could find Cole, and somehow you went and got to Jax. You're saying it was too late because Sub-Zero got to Jax first, although you're sitting in the home base here with Raiden's lair instead of going out making sure you can retrieve the rest of everybody. It made no sense to me. It was such a bullshit plot device just to get Jax back into that realm there. Absolutely hated that. Made zero sense to me, and I hated how Cole gives up. Like, he's just like, yeah, I quit. And Raiden's like, well, there, if you quit, go back to your family. He knows that he's being hunted, so he chooses to go be back with his family, and within minutes, this four-armed fucking monster Goro dude is ready, and he lucks out by channeling his, Ankana, or however they called it in here, and he kills Goro like that. Get out of here, dude. Get out of here. He quit.
I thought it was super, super fucking, like, weak. Goro is a fucking prince. He's royalty, right? In the original Mortal Kombat movie, I mean, he's like the big bad guy before Shang Tsung. And in the video game, it's the same way. He's the right before final boss.
Yep.
So he has to be the guy that you have to like really climb the Mount Everest to get over to get to Shang Tsung. And you're going to tell me that this fucking newbie Cole, who doesn't even have a good record of MMA fighting and he sucks ass in the cage, he's just going to all of a sudden channel his inner icon or whatever you want to call it because his family's in danger, and then he's just going to fuck up Goro? Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. That's not realistic at all. If anything, you should save Goro for the actual tournament,
right?
And have him be one of the... Why would Goro even get his shit involved this early, dude?
Right.
That's what doesn't even make sense to me. He's Prince. He's got fucking Shao Kahn blood. Like he's above this. He's above Shang Tsung, dude.
Yeah.
He's why is he getting involved? Why is he going to Earthrealm to kill Cole? Who gives a shit about Cole? Cole gave up, man. Why do you guys care at this point? Let Cole go back to his family and do his thing. He obviously doesn't give a shit about Earthrealm. You
Yep.
kill all of the other champions in Raiden's temple, and you're good, dude. All you have left is Cole. Get the fuck out of here. You
Yeah.
win. So that
Super
was just
weak.
silly. Like, why are you sending this big bad motherfucker to go get Cole? If anything, you should have sent one of your other little minions to go after him, and then I would have been a more believable kill for him to like take on one of those guys.
Yeah.
So I thought that was really silly. There's a couple other things that I have like that I just want to kind of run through though. As far as like the bad guys go, I thought Shang Tsung's like minions were just overall weak as fuck. I liked Melina. I liked her outfit. I liked, her facial, whatever you want to call it, like the teeth and the mouth and the blood. That was really neat. I liked how they portrayed her. But like you had this Natara character, right? And she's like flying around like a bat out of hell, and you think she's gonna do some fucked up shit, and then she gets fucking killed by Kung Lao in like a second. You don't even see anything from her. It was just weak. And then Rico, he's the dude from Mad Max, the big motherfucker who's in every action movie. He gets just fucked up in 1 second too. It's just like you built up the whole movie that these bad guys are gonna fight these good guys, and the bad guys basically get just wiped the floor with.
Oh yeah. Well, that's another big problem.
It sounds so weak.
It's another really big problem with the movie too, because Shang Tsung is cheating to take them out. You've won 9 tournaments. You're one away from, in a sense, legally being able to invade Earth based on how the Elder Gods perceive Mortal Kombat. You show up, at Raiden's lair here, and it's like this big joke. Ha ha, these are the champions that are going to challenge us. Why even risk cheating and getting the Elder Gods involved at all? Just wait till the tournament starts, whoop their ass, and be done with it, dude. Why are you even risking this at this point, dude? It was so frustrating. Like, it would make sense if Liu Kang was the main guy, and you're like, holy shit, dude, this Liu Kang guy, this Kung Lao descendant is coming up. We're scared shitless of what these guys can do. We have to go over there. There needs to be a purpose and a motive to make Shang Tsung cheat. You can't just show up and laugh and be like, so this is what you present to us, Earthrealm. Why cheat then? It makes no sense at all.
Right. Yeah. If you're cheating because you're threatened, that's the only reason you cheat, is because you don't think you can win legitimately.
Yeah.
So,
it compromises the whole story.
Yeah, it's so true. And then, you make all these bad guys look extremely weak. And then it doesn't even make even more sense when Shang Tsung's basically like telling Raiden like the gods are too lazy to do anything about it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
like,
it doesn't even matter anyways.
Yeah, so it just makes it like, okay, well, the cheating doesn't really mean shit. So what does this movie even mean? And So the one of the founders of Bloody Disgusting, he tweeted something the other day that I thought was really interesting, and it kind of like summed up this movie for me. Was, can you just imagine if Bloodsport was just Jean-Claude Van Damme's Frank Dukes just trying out for the tournament?
Right.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Because that's what this fucking movie was.
And cheating. He's just going trying to pick everyone off before the tournament starts.
We go into this movie expecting it's Mortal Kombat. The game is about a tournament to fight for the fate of Earthrealm. And all we get is 2 hours of them building up to a tournament that never happens.
Yeah.
And everything's so conveniently happening the whole time, right? Cole's fighting in the cage. Jax just happens to find him. And then shit goes down immediately. And then Cole and his family just get in the SUV with Jax and just all of a sudden trust the dude that they've never met before, right? And then Jax just gives this really half-assed explanation as to why Cole has the dragon mark and why he has a dragon mark. And then now it's like, okay, well, everyone with a dragon mark's a fucking champion now. Like, you literally just explained something that probably should have been hashed out over the whole movie in like 15 seconds in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, so the fate of Cole being successful and everything, he has to travel to Gary, Indiana to meet Sonia Blade. Like, these are just really stupid, silly plot points that just didn't really mean anything, And I felt like that was the whole movie. Everything was just conveniently happening, right?
Yeah, to a T,
nothing
dude.
really fit, so they had to like shoehorn it in and make it convenient in order for it to work.
Yeah.
They never really explain Cole's descendancy of Scorpion, right? I mean, you have, they hide the baby at the beginning of the movie, and then you just assume, okay, that baby's going to grow up and have kids and have that descendancy come down, and you have these flashbacks of Cole seeing, the human Scorpion down, but it doesn't really make much sense. You don't really know much about it, and Cole doesn't have any idea where he's from, and then they never really hash that out even further in the movie.
Yeah, it's as much as Raiden just being like, yeah, so you're kind of like with Hanzo. And then at the very end, Scorpion's like, take care of my bloodline. It's like, right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. And you completely waste Scorpion. Like,
oh, dude.
This dude has like 10 minutes at the end of the movie. Like, are you kidding me? You
tell me why he takes off the mask, dude, and we get the fire fatality, and he's breathing fire on Sub-Zero, and all that happens to Sub-Zero is he gets like 10% Thanos dusted. It's like, dude, why is he not in flames, just like burnt to a crisp, and all that's left is just rubble in his skull? How are we seeing just like burnt flesh? And then you go away. This guy has been your enemy, your rival for hundreds of years, and you've been waiting to reappear to take your revenge, and you're not going to just take this guy down to like the bitter bone. I didn't get that at all, dude. Like, that, to me, that left the door open for Sub-Zero to still come back in some capacity now, and way to go, Scorpion. You blew it, dude. Same way Sub-Zero blew it with Jax. When you kill these champions, dude, that like they're going to dissipate, but you blow off Jax's arms and you don't finish the job. You just blow off his arms, let him fall down and go away. Come on, dude. Like, Sub-Zero was a cool character in here, but dude, you got to go finish the job. Like, you got to go down there and make sure he's dead. That was so stupid how that got handled. The score for this film was god-awful, dude. Like, if anything, give us a good, solid score. The score, I couldn't stand in this here. I thought it was very mundane, had no energy to it, and a couple of moments where they gave you a little bit of a hint of that classic Mortal Kombat theme, it was like 1/10 of the power that original combat theme gave you. So it's like, why even mess with it if you're not going to elaborate on it and give us something better and stronger? Like, you just weak sauced it just to be like, hey guys, remember this? Dun, 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 dun. It's like, okay, you're not doing it, dude. You're not doing it for me.
They didn't even go full fucking ham on that theme song, dude.
So weak,
they
dude.
teased it, and it's just like, are you kidding me, man? Like, I know you're trying to separate yourselves from like the original movie, but like, still, that is an iconic theme song. That is iconic above everything else, dude. People remember that song more than they remember the original movie. Dude, so you put that fucking song, you go out there and you find that fucking dog. Dude. You put that song in that fucking movie. Yeah, that's how you do it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
what about the convenience for Jax, dude? So like, when we've all got to discover like this Ankana thing, right? That's how they get their powers. So Jax's thing the whole time was to grow cybernetic arms, even though he already had cybernetic arms. That I was like, this makes no sense, dude. Like
the cybernetic arms grew on top of themselves,
Yeah. Like, what the hell was the point of that? I don't get that at all. I would have much rather him not had his arms blown off and he grows the cybernetic arms, because that would have made way more, oh, this is how you got, like, these beefed up arms, dude. Not your arms got blown off, we gave you arms, and then those arms grew new arms. Like, what does that even mean?
Honestly, that whole Icona idea, I'm not super familiar with the games after the first couple of games, but...
There's nothing like that in the games at all.
Okay. I was going to say that just felt super cheesy as a way to like usher in people's like finishers and their super powers, I mean, I love the idea of like Liu Kang being able to control the fire, and he does all of his fire moves, and that's awesome. But like, I don't think every hero needs to have like this icona that they have to develop through all this training. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it should have been a little bit more natural and not something that had to be pushed out of them. And some of them, like you said, were a little convenient. Like Jax just grows these fucking cybernetic arms out of his little fucking machine arms. Yeah. And it's just like, okay, well, that's stupid, Like, I would have much rather them just built fucking cybernetic arms and put them on him, and then, that be him. He doesn't have to have a superpower. He's not fucking Superman, Same with Cole, dude. Like,
yeah, that was weak, dude.
Why the fuck is he now covered in this golden fucking shit, and he's got these like little, knives that he comes out of his arms? I don't know, just like was dumb, dude. It was a dumb gimmick for him.
They could have done
And
something so much better. Like, this is your new character that you want to bring in, which I would think inevitably he's going to make his way to the games now, and this is what you give him. Oh, yeah, he just, like, grows a plated chest and arms. Okay, you could just put armor on. You don't need to have, like,
right.
this thing on there. I wish they would have given him something cool just
Yeah.
so he stands out and kind of had a badass appeal to him, but not even close.
And like, you go back to the original Mortal Kombat movie and they didn't have anything like that. A lot of these Earth's heroes were just human. And that
Yeah.
was what made them awesome, is they were able to overcome the odds with people who had infinite power in the, other realms, just by having that courage and that bravery.
Yep.
You don't need all that shit. And this just made the main characters even weaker because they had to adopt this icona, and that had to be their superpower,
Yeah.
And that was just weak to me. That didn't seem like it fit. And then, one of the biggest things that pissed me off about this is Sonya Blade was weak as shit, and she got sidelined hard after all of the Gary Indiana shit, and like the little bit of a tease with her and Kano's like relationship and how they didn't like each other and stuff. Once like they got to Raiden's temple, she was just kind of sidelined, like who fucking cares about Sonya Blade now? That's what it felt like. And it kind of sucked because I love Sonya Blade and I just didn't get anything,
Yep. No, I agree, man. I wish there would have been the only thing that I liked with Sonya is it was dope to see her get like her actual powers where she's got like, the pink purple energy on the wrist where she shoots the blast. But what I didn't like is that it took just this one blast to just blow a hole through Melina. I'm like, well,
right.
if that blast is that powerful, you're untouchable now, because all you got to do is just spin circles and like everyone's toast. I wish it would have been more like, you stun her with it and then maybe you do the kiss of death, or something different to kind of make that go. And dude, the other thing too, the Jackson and Rico fight when they're up on the pit and stuff. Dude, the fatality was cool, man. It was cool to see that from the game, just a boom, the double fist to the head. Mm-hmm. But like, if you're going to use the pit, why would you not do something where maybe he like double punches to the arms and just crunches his body and then hits the uppercut, dude, and send him down into the bed of spikes? Like, if you're gonna put us there, give it to us then, man. Like, just give it to us.
That's another gripe I had, was the lack of like really good fatalities. Kung Lao had the big one, but
Easy.
like when you think about Mortal Kombat, more than anybody else, I think of the uppercut as being probably the biggest fatality that game ever created, where you uppercut the motherfucker, his body flies off the map and comes down and gets impaled by spikes.
Yep.
That's how they ended the Mortal Kombat movie originally, with Liu Kang getting Shao Kahn or Shang Tsung, and he gets impaled by the spike. That's like the iconic kill. So this would have been a perfect opportunity for him to hit that uppercut and have Rico just fucking skyrocket down and get impaled by the spikes, but they didn't do that. And Kung Lao, going back to him, he had that awesome kill, but like everyone else, just it was kind of weak sauce, and going back to like the weakness of the bad guys, like you said, Melina just gets like fucking blasted with one ray beam from Sonya Blade and she's gone. Like, really? It's all it took? Like, go kill everyone else now. Come on.
And let's talk about the whole idea of how like the battles for the ending of this came together. They all group up. This is supposed to be the big heroic team up moment, and they're like, well, we can't beat them if we're all together, so we'll just separate everybody 1-on-1. Like, how is that any different than 4-on-4? Like, it's the same thing, dude. Like, you have a better chance beating them separated than you do all together. Like, where is the common sense in that? So Raiden just teleports everybody all over the place. Well, if it's that convenient, like, why don't you just teleport these people like over the middle of the ocean and like let them sit there like sitting ducks, go tell the elder gods what's going on and be like, hey, guess what? They're out there in the middle of the Atlantic right now. Like, it's just, dude, this stuff was just so silly.
Yeah. And the fact that we didn't get any Raiden like fucking fighting was so stupid, dude. Like, dude, you're the most powerful fucking guy. Yeah, you're the most powerful fucking guy, and these motherfuckers come and invade your temple, and you're not going to do shit about it except put up a force field? Get the fuck out of here, dude. You're going after those motherfuckers, and you're killing them all, dude.
Dude, Raiden was weak, too, man. Like, I don't expect Raiden to be like this 6'7" Thunder God, dude, like he is in the game, but like give us a Raiden that's got presence, dude. It's so hard to not compare to Christopher Lambert because Christopher Lambert clearly is not Raiden either, but he had such a presence in that movie, dude, where you bought into the fact when you see Christopher Lambert in the first Mortal Kombat, you're like, holy shit, that's Raiden. That's the Thunder God. I buy into him 100%. This Raiden dude just felt like this little twerp, dude, and just had no presence. The whole idea of shadowing out the eyes but still seeing the pupil looked like absolute shit. This Raiden sucked, dude. Like, not my Thunder God, dude. Not my Thunder God.
Well, I mean, in the original movie, when Christopher Lambert makes his appearance, dude, he's got that badass sequence in the hull of the ship where he's just like, enough. You know?
Dude.
And it's just this thunderous fucking voice telling everyone, chill the fuck out. Like, you guys aren't fighting before the tournament.
Yep.
And it was awesome. It was just like, oh, damn, dude. You know? This time it was just like, he doesn't really have any big oh shit moments. You know? You don't really see much of his power. He's got little things here and there, but it's not anything like he should be. And I mean, I don't even remember, what is that move where he just does like the fucking dive, dude, and just skyrockets towards you and just beat your ass.
Oh yeah, it was
like I would have wanted one of those. Give me one of those moves, you know?
Yeah.
So we didn't get any of that, which was a disappointment. But yeah, I mean, overall, dude, I think after like letting this simmer, when I originally watched it, I gave it a 6 out of 10. It's probably downgraded to like a 4 out of 10 for me after
That's
just
where I'm
like
at.
letting it marinate and like thinking more and more about it. You know, this movie will find its audience. There are people who are going to love this movie because they just don't care about a lot of the things that we care about when we watch movies. Yeah. That's fine. But I think overall, you know, they just didn't hit it, man. They didn't hit it. It was a complete letdown. And I honestly don't really care about anything moving forward from this franchise, you know?
No, not one bit. I'm 4 out of 10 with you, dude, and the only reason that I give this a 4 out of 10 is because the Kung Lao fatality. I will go back and rewatch that 10-second sequence, dude, multiple times because that was eye candy to see that put together so well. And then I'll go back and watch some of the Kano and the Cabal stuff because there was decent stuff there. But outside of that, man, there was not much left to be desired and go back to. I really thought the Scorpion and the Sub-Zero sequence in the beginning was done very well, but they took it away from you until the last couple moments of the movie, and it didn't have the emotional weight anymore because you just gave us something. It's almost like Bryan Cranston, dude. You gave us something emotional with Bryan Cranston and Godzilla, and then you took it away from us, dude, and you just lost the weight for the rest of the movie. That movie could have been a masterpiece, but you took it away. We get left in the end here where they're going to go seek out Johnny Cage now because this is the next guy. I don't know if that means that Johnny Cage has had this emblem on him the whole time. If so, I don't know how Sonya and Jax haven't tracked him down yet. If he's the biggest movie star, I don't know how the hell you haven't tracked him down at this point and talked to him.
That's what I wanted to kind of like touch on real quick is the continuity of this story of, okay, only these champions have this mark, and we've been searching and we've been doing our research to find everyone with this mark. So now you have to go regroup and find more champions. So what the fuck were you doing this whole time in the first place? If you didn't find everyone right away, then what are you doing? You know,
and if you can find Cole, you should have found Johnny Cage at this point. Like,
right.
Come on,
poster's on the fucking wall of the goddamn gym you found Cole in.
Yeah,
so dude. What are you doing? I mean, you know, whatever. Johnny Cage is awesome. I think, you know, he might bring some good to the story, but like at this point, it's like, okay, are we gonna actually get a tournament this time? Who the fuck knows?
Dude, Raiden just teleported you, dude.
Yeah. Fucking elder gods are cutting me off.
Yeah, man.
I didn't give this movie a good rating.
You're breaking the rules, dude. They'll come for you, but not Shang Tsung.
Yeah, so fuck it, man. That was not my cup of tea. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Huge disappointment. If they do legit make a sequel, I will watch it because I would hope that they learn from this and they capitalize on it, because if you can make the film better and give us a better story with better character development and just amp up the gore a little bit, you know, just kind of take what you did here and bring it to the next level, give us more of that, you can put together something really nice. But this was a piece of shit foundation to get it started off on, without a doubt.
Yeah, for sure. If I was going to give them any advice, and not that they have to take my advice because I'm a nobody, but you know, when you market a film to be this ultimate battle, but like the main marketing is between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, and you only put them in the movie for like 10 fucking minutes at the end. What the fuck are you doing? You know, you set up a fantastic idea at the beginning where you have this feud, this blood rivalry, and it's never ever fucking talked about again until the very end of the movie. If you wanted to make this movie good, you could have just fast forwarded to today after Scorpion gets killed, and then you build it up then that Cole is the descendant. Battery's gone dead. Are you serious?
Oh, here we go. Wrap it up.
God damn it, dude. Anyway, we'll talk about this another time. That movie fucking blew.
Yeah. Well, all right, that'll do it, guys. We're gonna wrap this up here. Yeah, because we're on a long video here too, but there was a lot to just kind of bitch about. But thank you guys for watching. If you're new and you made it to the end, hit that subscribe button, click the bell for notifications, drop a thumbs up, comment down below. We will see you all in the next video.